I'm pretty sure they're going to make it to 100, but they're celebrating 99, so what the heck? Let's join them. Congratulations! You've made a choice to watch the Dan York State of Mind. It could be quite a roller coaster ride this evening because I haven't had a head cold like this in a long time, so hang in there. No drugs. I did take a Ciprocol lozenge. Is the plural of lozenger or lozenges? Jess says lozenges. Well, I've taken a couple of those today. Hopefully we'll get through the program and get it done. But who wants to hear some fat guy on the television complaining? I know I wouldn't. Let's start the show. Yes, Camp Yagu, you don't say the G at the end, but you all know that, is celebrating its 99th anniversary this year. And we got the camp dude here to tell us all about it and, you know, spread the word. You go, oh, go call the cousins, the neighbors. We're talking about Yagu. So do that. And if you missed it all here at 7:30, it's on at 11:30. Because if you're watching at 11:30, well, online at WPRI.com. Woo! I told you. Yeah, Tim asked some, and he got some interesting answers. These guys are just putting on a circus right now. The Republicans are, well, they're an interesting bit a minute, or bunch a minute. You know what? If you didn't rush it, maybe you'll be able to do it right in our General Assembly. They just don't ever seem to get it. What else we got on the rundown tonight? Yeah, thankfully, next week, Davy Lope's pool. This is unbelievable. She ran, what? And this is Jess's grab bag right here. She said she'd run for office if she could actually play, is it National Stadium? Yeah. In Washington National Stadium? Yeah. You'll see. All right, let's go. Let's have some fun. Rox is at the helm, so anything could happen here, too. Between the two of us, we are trouble. Okay, real questions. Tim White posed some to the former mayor, talk show host, Buddy Cianci. This isn't about felony convictions or any of that kind of stuff. This is about past practices in the mayor's office. Watch.
Something candidate for mayor Buddy Cianci is going to have to address on the campaign trail. The city's pension debt ballooned under his administration in the 1990s, but Cianci tells me he thinks they did the best they could at the time. The numbers don't lie. For years, hundreds of Providence retirees collected enormously generous pension cost of living increases to the tune of 5% and 6% compounding interest. To put that in perspective, that meant roughly every 12 years, those retirees saw their pensions double, and is the main reason why people like retired Fire Chief Gilbert McLaughlin still collects a tax-free accidental disability pension of about $197,000 a year.
We were just part of the culture of the time. Money was more plentiful. People weren't living as longer. Actuarial economy was better. Actuarial assumptions were much different.
Cianci says pension payments like McLaughlin's are not acceptable, but those generous benefits were locked in for those retirees thanks to this consent decree authorized by then-Mayor Cianci in 1991. He says it was in an effort to end a costly legal battle.
Do you regret now doing that?
Well, at the time, no, because at the time I was advised that was going to cost us a lot more if we didn't sign.
How about 2014?
Well, you know, you're right, you can be a Monday morning quarterback.
The 5% and 6% COLAs are gone forever now after current Mayor Angel Taveras negotiated a pension settlement with the unions. But the big money pensions that grew for decades are still there, only adding to the city pension fund's massive $832 million shortfall.
I think that the mayor did as well as he possibly could. And I think that the unions, by the way, bent and took some pretty good hits.
Whoever wins the race for mayor is going to inherit that pension debt and have to manage it budget by budget.
So this is the kind of real stuff that'll be addressed to this candidate and others during this election season. Do you see the skip in Cianci's step, though? Very deft at handling these questions, smile on his face. This has taken 5 years off his life in like 2 days since he came off the radio and became a candidate. He's going to be major league. A couple of platforms to think about. The national coverage of this is hot and heavy. The regional coverage of this is hot and heavy. Obviously, Channel 12 is not in a vacuum somewhere. It doesn't start and end in the city of Providence, right? Those two platforms will be very interesting in terms of how they impact the only platform that matters, and that is the constituents in the city of Providence, who will have to figure out whether answers like, well, you know, at the time, I was getting advice that it would be more expensive to do something else. Yeah, easy to say, look, back in those days, nobody had the forethought to think that there was a financial question to ask and a crisis to respond to when the money ran out and the unfunded liabilities began to go, soar through the roof. But he's smooth as silk right now, right? Smooth as silk. It'll be interesting to see what candidates can match the smooth. Next item. They're not smooth. Here's the headline. Alan Fung gets the party endorsement. Did anybody think that Ken Block was going to win the Republican insider endorsement amongst, what, 150, 170 voters or whatever it was, 120 to 46? Alan Fung should have won that thing. He is the Republican mayor. Ken Block is renting the Republican primary. And so there would be some stalwart conservative Republicans who would be offended by that. This makes perfect sense that Alan Fung would wallop Ken Block by, what, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, something like that. So I had both of them on the radio today, and they started to get after each other. So I'll give a little flavor on this one. Here's Alan Fung, Ken Block, responding to Alan Fung's assertion on my program on WPRO, weekdays noon to 3, that Ken Block is a flip-flopper on Deepwater.
Look at the frank hypocrisy. I guess that's the best word I can use to describe what his campaign does. Because this guy took money in bucketfuls from Deepwater Wind and people who represent Deepwater Wind's interest. Now, who's more conflicted or who's more of a fan of Deepwater? You know, I mean, I might have said something about windmills at some point in time because I think in general, alternative energy is not a bad thing to pursue.
Well, okay, interestingly enough. We'll get answers on Deepwater flip-flopping back and forth because both candidates have now agreed to come to Dan York's State of Mind and duke it out for this primary. We'll let you know when that is going to happen. In the meantime, Alan Fung was touting his numbers unsolicitedly. He said, well, you know, I'm winning. Ken Block's getting creamed against the Democrats. Couldn't run against Clay Pell. Couldn't even win against Clay Pell, according to his dad. A guy who can't find his car. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And so I kind of asked, well, if you say you got the numbers, can I see them?
I've seen data that shows that he can't even beat Clay Pell.
Since you volunteered that reference to data and the conclusion, you'll be happy to send me that poll right now.
Dan, I've never released any of my internal numbers. If you and I want to have a beer one night and I can show you the top lines, I'll be happy to do that. But I don't release my internal strategy and my internal numbers.
Okay. He says he's got numbers that show him winning. I ask him, can you show us the numbers? And he says, can't show you the numbers, but I'm winning. Alan, you keep pulling that stunt. Even your loyalists will think you're either nuts or a liar. If you're going to come to the show, bring the numbers. And by the way, I don't know how drunk we got to get for me to get the numbers out of you. I'll go have a beer with anybody, including Alan Fung. Good guy. But it's going to take like 8 tall Stellas to get it out of him, I think. I'll be calling a cab. All right. It's just still dumb. Next item. Well, who's getting who drunk when you're trying to get the numbers, Rox? I'm trying to figure out, am I trying to get him drunk when I get the numbers, or he's trying to get me drunk? I can't figure it out. Last minute vote again. Very simply, the state Senate, here's the headline. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, they voted to authorize a referendum vote in Newport for a full-fledged casino so the Paleo investment group can go in there and turn that ugly slap plower around, right? So there you have it. But oops, they ran that vote home so fast, so late on one of those June closing nights that someone said, you know what, I think we need 2/3 of a majority in order to make a financial referendum vote here, so you all got to come back on Monday. I'm so thankful that they all have to go back on Monday when they didn't plan on doing that and try to get their 26 votes, because they shouldn't be shoving stuff down the constituents' throat late night, one thing after the other, rushing major decisions as if it was ordering a salami sandwich. It's ridiculous. Did I say ridiculous twice tonight? Ridiculous. And what else do we got? Pool's open. This is not ridiculous. This is a celebration. You remember how many times did we talk about the need to open the Davy Lopes pool on this forum and on the radio show when back in the spring or the fall? Where are we now? We're in the summer. Back in the fall of last year, we were trying to reconstruct, you know, some semblance of mindset never to have that pool closed again for the summer. Well, Monday, they opened it up with a noon press conference. It would have been nice for some of those players who took advantage of this show, and they should have, and the radio show, to make their case and to torture the mayor over it, to at least order a press conference at like 9 o'clock in the morning so the chubby host could show up. So I would just like to be able to celebrate with them. Jilted again, doing the people's work. But it's not about me. It's about the kids. And what else? She ran what? She ran what? Did you ever run any track? I did. Just because I had a little girth now doesn't mean I wasn't a star miler in high school. Here's the headline. Well, here's the picture. Not the headline, but here's the picture. And she is the 800-meter five-time national champion, Alicia Montano. Yes, that is not a pillow. That is an 8-month-old baby who went 800 meters with her. She ran this race only about, 35 seconds slower than her national record time. Here she is.
And I know that there's a lot of stigma and really the word is ignorance behind pregnant women and exercising. And the truth is it's good for the mom and the baby, especially, depending on whatever level you are, to maintain that level. Crossing that line and getting a standing ovation, I didn't expect that. I actually was worried that they were going to be like, hurry up, we need to start the next, race.
99% of you couldn't have beaten her in her state. Wow. And finally, they play baseball every year for what, Jess, 63 years? 53 years in our nation's capital. Jess loves this story. Root for your congressman. I guess the Democrats have a 6-year swoon going here, beating the Republicans. We have pictures and stuff. Do we have pictures? We got pictures. These are all, there's Jim Langevin. He's participating, having some fun. And these are all our congresspeople who lighten it up a little bit, go to the big ballpark and play themselves a baseball game. I guess the Democrats are better ball players. The Republicans are better competitors inside the rotunda, so they say.
The 6th victory in a row is well earned, but I will say that is on loan. That trophy is not permanently on that side of the aisle. And while you've won 6 games in a row, we've won about 60 votes in a row here on the House floor.
I will tell the gentleman that won't be permanent either.
Well, we're willing to bet some money on that for a little bit.
America's pastime to bring a little levity to all that nonsense in Washington. Good stuff. Camp Yawgoo's got 99 years in, celebrating it next. Listen, I have a lot of friends and neighbors who think this facility is like paradise, and who wouldn't? The kids do.
What do you like about Yawgoo?
I love the plumbing merit badge.
Plumbing merit badge?
I love the Eagle badges.
Eagle badges.
I like all the staff.
All the staff.
I just like being with the other scouts.
Excellent.
I like the waterfront.
Excellent. Hey, you guys take care. Have a good day, all right?
You too. Bye.
Video to promote something, but actually I got a kick out of that, and they're not making it up. They love that place, right?
They
John?
absolutely love that place.
Welcome, congratulations, 99 years.
Thank you.
You've been there the whole time, right?
Close.
Yeah, right. Is there anybody who doesn't know this place? In this state?
It has been such a staple in Rhode Island for years and years. We began in 1916, and for 99 summers now, we've been having scouts from all over Rhode Island and the East Coast come to Camp Yawgoo. As a matter of fact, many of the state's leaders were scouts themselves at Yawgoo.
Wait a second, 1916. This is 2014. Your press guy says it's 99 years.
It's our 99th summer season, and we will be.
How does that work? Okay, that's right. That's how the numbers work.
That's right. So our 100th season will be next year.
Is this like a pre-party you guys are having, drawing attention to this anniversary, or is the 100th going to be like lights out?
We will be planning a 2-summer celebration for the 100th camping season as well as the centennial year, and expect thousands of people to come back because it's such a treasure here in Rhode Island.
Second longest running camp in the country?
Absolutely. Second oldest continuously run Boy Scout camp. As I said, Governor Sunderland, Governor Garrahy, several corporate leaders like Paul Chiquette and the Gilbane brothers, everyone in Rhode Island grew up going to Camp Yawgoo and have celebrated that camp for years.
All right, now tell everybody the question you asked me before we started.
Were you ever in scouting?
No. which makes me a complete misfit on all sorts of things that a dad is supposed to do when we're on the outdoors or whatever. We talk about like grammar school life skills when it comes to mathematics and this, that, and the other thing. What the Boy Scouts provide in terms of like getting on in your life early on really does resonate. And if you haven't been a Boy Scout, you now know why you might have done a camp at Yagu for
That's right.
or
That's
something,
right. You know, we know corporations tell us all the time that graduates come out of school with the technical skills they need, but they're missing the people skills, and that's where summer camp comes into play because we teach them those people skills like empathy, like reading body language in a meeting, like understanding intonation. And when you go to summer camp, that's you learn those collaborative skills with your peers, and our scouts come prepared to the corporate environment.
We got a couple young men in our neighborhood, family friends who. The kids of family friends who have achieved Eagle Scout status, and the celebration for that was profound. It is no easy accomplishment, right? And it is still the highest honor for a young scout, correct?
That's correct. And nationally, only 4% of every boy that comes through the Boy Scout program make it to the Eagle rank. But here locally in Rhode Island, we have over 7%, almost twice the national average.
Because we got a big scout culture, don't we?
We do, for years and years. And Camp Yagu is a big part of that. As we start up this Sunday, we're going to have nearly 1,000 scouts and leaders come into camp, and it'll be the beginning of the summer in which we'll have nearly 6,500 scouts camping at Camp Yagu.
All right, well, there's a lot of organizations that deal with young people that have fallen off the cliff a little bit. The Boy Scouts don't seem to be doing that. When we come back, we'll find out why. Don't go anywhere. So Camp Yagu has now got its 99th summer going on here, and there's a 2-year celebration because obviously in our culture the number 100 matters. John is the guy that runs the place. You're only a couple of years in, came in from the Midwest. Where did you come from?
From Chicago.
Chicago?
Yes.
Rush Street?
No, a little north of that.
Okay, because Harry Carey, I love Chicago. love that city. Why'd you come out in Rhode Island?
Because of the Boy Scouts.
Really?
Such a great traditional program, known nationally for one of the best scouting programs.
Is that part of your professional thing?
Yes, sir.
Because I think people have to remember that this is a national organization that takes a lot of professional skills to run and manage. Yes. Yeah, you've had some issues, right? I mean, but I'm not here to discuss that. But everybody okay, Boy Scout wise, in terms of how you're dealing with gay kids, the fractionalization. How's the temperament inside the organization?
Not an issue here. We accept everyone into scouting that wants to be involved in our program, and we have an all-inclusive scouting organization that just moves it forward and has the ability to have a place like Camp Yagu for everyone.
All right, good. Let's go to the map rocks if we can, because I want to see the. So this is, all right. Now, this is the facility off Route 2, correct? Is this where we are?
Yes.
This Scout reservation.
Yes.
So, you know what? What's all in there, man? In case anybody hasn't had a chance to get in there. It looks like Disney, for crying out loud.
Our scouts have all kinds of opportunities. We have 42 different merit badges for them to choose from, ranging from cooking to camping to first aid, as well as some new ones we have, like a sustainability merit badge. They learn about how to improve their carbon footprint and the dangers of plastic waste in the environment.
So is that? Tell me about the facilities that are in. Obviously, the pond is huge.
We have all kinds of aquatic activities, from sailing to stand-up paddleboarding to kayaking, and of course swimming as well. And Dan, we have a zip line. We should get you on if you come down the summer.
I'm not a height guy.
We can make you one.
Yeah. Are you secure in that sucker?
Absolutely.
You know what? Absolutely. I would actually like to do that. That would be fun.
We should have you come down. You would enjoy it.
Jess, you take the camera down. We'll do the zip line thing. Did I just make a commitment to do something that I know I'll have to take Xanax to do? I'll have to get a script for Xanax, and then I'll have to whatever. But that would be fun. The numbers in terms of the kids and the operation. If I look at, can I cheat and look at my fact sheet? It is unbelievable. Throughout the 8 weeks, over 11,000 gallons of milk are consumed.
It's like a small city. Our youth will go through 11,000 gallons of milk, but also serve about 7,000 burgers. Both.
Yeah.
They also earn about 15,000 merit badges during the summer, and it's quite an operation.
Doing things like what? What's a merit badge like these days for what?
It can be for anything, and again, environmental science is another one, or oceanography that we have, and so they really dig in deep as to what a career or a vocation might be for that merit badge while they're there.
Yeah, this is great stuff. I think Rhode Island, even if you don't have family involved in the camp, everybody knows it. It's another. In a time when there's a lot of complaining that goes on about the state, that blah, 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 there are jewels that exist in the quality of life throughout the state. Certainly the camp is one of them, right?
Absolutely, and we draw from all over the East Coast. Only about 40% of our attendees come from here in Rhode Island, but about 60% come from outside, and that's everywhere from Long Island to New York to New Jersey and Connecticut. So they come from all over for our camp.
What's the number one reason why our mom or dad watching this broadcast ought to think about encouraging their young son to be a scout?
Develops confidence and leadership. Our young men that come out of the program are better off for the corporations that they work for, and they're just the greatest leaders in the community because of what scouting teaches them every day.
Sounds military-ish, but not really.
No, not at all, and it really just teaches them the ability to lead their peers, because scouting is led by the boys with the guidance of the skilled volunteers and trained volunteers behind the scenes.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, you've been here too, but you got the signature on it this year, 99th celebration, and next year ought to be a real... I'll get on that gizmo by the 100th. How's that?
We will take you up on that.
Just get a little therapy, and we'll figure the whole thing out.
Very
Congratulations,
good.
man.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Thank you for having me
Have a
here.
great scouting season, everybody watching. Your State of Mind when we come back. Stay with us. I'm not a scout, but I play one on TV. Hey, you know what? When you come on the show, bring me stuff. You know, I'm not too proud. There's always another golf hat that I need. Anyway, your state of mind, give me a ring, give me an email, give me a tweet, give me a post on Facebook. You know how to do it. What do we have here tonight on Your State of Mind? Sam on Facebook says, the way things are going in Providence, what do we have to lose? His ego drives him to do well and get things done. I like that, says Sam. Oh, who's he talking about? I couldn't guess. So that would be Vincent Buddy Cianci. What a week it's been politically, huh? He sucked the oxygen right out of the room, but it'll even out. A guy who says he wants a character debate with him. Mark Smiley. Brett Smiley. Monday. Long week. See you then. Bye.